Welcome to News 4 Tucson Sports Tonight. I'm David Kelly. A great early Monday evening to you. As we told you early in this newscast, the Tucson sports community mourning the death of Arizona Wildcats 1982 defensive lineman Julius Holt. Holt died Monday after a brief illness. The Washington, D.C. native came to Tucson to play football at the U of A, and he made this city his home. Worked in the academic department with Arizona Athletics for a number of years and was a tireless champion of youth football and cheerleading in our community. He ran the Tucson Youth Football and Spirit Federation for over 20 years, a career that led him to be inducted into the American Youth Football and Cheer Hall of Fame. Had a chance to catch up earlier with Julius's Wildcat teammate, David Adams. David, what did this community lose with the passing of Julius Holt today?
Julius was a great man. He was very concerned about kids and about the community. So anytime he could help somebody, he would help them. And he volunteered for a lot of different things. Julius did so much volunteer work. If he got paid for it, I mean, he'd be a zillionaire by now. I mean, he was constantly donating his time and effort to the community and anything for the kids, especially sports-wise. He was always there for them, and he was just a great person.
Now, you were a running back. Julius was a defensive lineman. I have to imagine there were some meetings on the field between you and him your freshman year.
Me and Julius met often on the football field because I was on the scout team and he was on the first team defense. So that's where we did a lot of our meetings at. I'll tell you one time, and I'll never forget it. It was this play, and I had to block him. You know, I'm about 160. He was about 260. So he had me by 100 pounds, but I'm like, okay, bring it. He took me and he threw me across the field, and he never let me forget that. I mean, 40, 50 years later, he'll say, you remember that day when you tried to block me and I had to throw you across the field? And of course I don't remember it, but I just remember the plays that left him in my wake. So we always had good little stories to tell each other, but he was a hell of an athlete, but he was a much better person, which is far more important.
David Adams, U of A football class of 1986. D, I appreciate you taking a few moments today to share your thoughts on Julius Holt.
Yeah, he was a great man, and I loved him with all my heart.
A great man indeed. Our sincere condolences go out to Julius Holt's family, his wife Lisa, children Justin and Julia. Julius Holt was 60 years old.